about something that has been paramount in my mind and heart over the last 18 months, and quite frankly, the last 11 years. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare ups of the central nervous system. Such flare ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world. They're investing more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1-800-344-4867. Once again, 1-800-344-4867. Or go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Also, we are still raising money for the National MS Society through a Venture to a Cure. This was a page that was created in conjunction with the Walk MS Media back in early May. Incredible event, an incredible organization. And we will continue to raise money for the National MS Society through the end of September. And the website for that, again, is rebrand.ly/aventuretoacure. Once again, rebrand.ly/aventuretoacure. Thank you for all of you who have gone to the National MS Society to learn more about multiple sclerosis or demyelination, or to donate money to this amazing organization. It touches me and over the 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. And we appreciate all of you. And on that,
it's time to talk.
Strawberries. They're a superfruit. A fruit that's very important for any sort of diet. For some strange reason, in Callan Township, we have a festival for them. And it's going on right now down the street. And if we stay on long enough, I might share some fireworks from it. But strawberries, what do they mean to you? We'll talk about that and anything and everything, because this is the Venture Forward via Talks. Oh, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome to VF Talks. I am John Venturini, and that is a cantankerous triceratops named Rex, who sometimes speaks and sometimes doesn't. And I don't know. It seems like these days, just the littlest things pisses him off. They do. They absolutely do. Just right off. Oof. Right off the thing. Just crazy. Oh man. Let's see. Well, by the way, hello to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. It's great to see you tonight, as always. Let's see who wins the door prize this evening, and that is going to belong to End of Trading with a door and a bell and a smiley face, because you know you have won the door prize. Congratulations, Enda. Good to see you this evening. We also have Jaden over on YouTube who says hello with a rose and a purple heart. Love the rose. Good touch. Great touch indeed. We also have Sammy Superstar over on YouTube who says, hey, everyone. Hey, Sammy, hope all is well. And then we have, we also have Brad Kendall over on YouTube who says, hey. Hey, Brad, hope you're doing well. And also we have this awesome fun things. He showing strawberries. Like, he knows what's going on down the street. It's incredible. That would be Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen.
I would not trust that awesome fun things. Don't trust.
Don't trust the awesome fun things. Yeah, I don't like this.
No good can come of that.
No, not anything good can come out of that. No good games of whack-a-mole. No games of 9-foot Pac-Man. No meat eating contests at Fogo. No chili dog contest. None of that.
Hi, JV. How are you?
Crazy. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely nuts right now.
Crazy's good.
Sammy likes your T-shirt. I wonder why.
This has got to be one of my favorite T-shirts, Sammy. I love it. It's a high quality shirt. I like the two different fonts. I think that works well together.
Are you looking at a full cotton blend? Is it polyester cotton? What we're looking at?
That's 100% cotton. It's
good
the
stuff.
heather, so it's like not one solid color. It's got the little pattern to it. It's not an extra large. I've been phasing out the extra larges in my wardrobe. This is a large. So yeah.
The one thing I'll tell you, Matt, is when you start building muscle, you may have to have a couple of extra larges in the back. I'm realizing that I'm building so much muscle in the chest and whatnot that some larges are a little snug, but not too much. And it's like, I'm thinking it's good to have something in the back just to have in case.
Every now and then I'll wear an extra large, and when I'm on camera, you can tell because the sleeves are cut down here, like it's like that.
It's for the gun show.
It's just they don't fit properly. Anyway, so it is what it is.
Brad says, "Hey Matt, meant to tell you the show last night was awesome, and sorry I missed your show tonight. Been busy with the littles before they go away for the weekend."
Okay. Last night I did your show.
I think he meant the super terrific awesome show.
Okay. And I do the morning shows too.
And the morning show.
I've got so many shows I can't even keep track.
And then you have your midday investment show, and you have, you're all over.
All things Rubik's Cube.
All things Rubik's Cube, all things crypto. You got a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah. My Keto Life, I have that channel, and Lawn Care 101. I have that. And,
Sammy, giving you props as being the questioner with the best last night. You were absolutely terrific, and I want to thank you again for the work you did last night.
Hey, my pleasure. Oh, the show with JV. Okay, I really enjoyed it. Was telling JV I meant to message you. Okay, cool. Excellent. Thank you, Brad. Oh, I read Brad's comment. There you go.
I got it up there like 5 seconds too late. There you go.
I'm running off with the show. I'm talking about comments that aren't on screen. I'm misbehaving as a co-host.
It's like you're psychic. It's like you're Kruskin or something.
It's only a matter of time before JV kicks me off.
I'm not gonna kick you off. Look.
I'm teasing. I'm a kidder. I kid.
I know you kid. And everything, but I gotta be serious for a second. Okay, can I be serious for a second? I'm gonna be serious for a second. You're like a brother to me. You're like a friggin' brother to me, so I'm not going to throw
There
you
you
off the
go.
show.
Well, brothers smack each other around.
Yes,
So
yes, we do.
that must be.
Sammy says, how are you liking the new mic that I told you about? So he's giving you audio advice.
I like it. I wish I could get its brother to work because I have two different. I have two of. It came in a 2-pack with two different pieces of technology in the mic, and this is the whole room mic, and I want the one with the dynamic polar pad. Anyway, it doesn't. I can't quite get it to work the way I want it to.
Brad's seeing this left and right side. Matt is taking over Venture Forward Talks starring Matt H, guest starring JV. Yeah. Oh, what's this? MH Talks now? Are we talking MH Talks? This is with MH. There you go.
As soon as the lawsuit goes through, where I have full ownership of the channel, then
That's right.
then I'll be able to put JV in his rightful place as.
Then I start a knockoff show called The Real Venture Forward Talks or something.
Yeah.
The only person JV can kick off is me, Sammy. Yeah, you're right, Sammy. Although I have kicked off Austin before too. And I've kicked off Matt, but I mean that was prearranged, and like he says, just throw me, and I just throw him off.
It's like blow me up.
No, it's like then I ask him a question about pianos, and he'll start talking about it, and I'll just cut him off.
The funniest is when you have a head turn or a head movement, and then you're kicked off the show. Like if you ask me a question and I go like this, and then I'm off. And then when Austin did it, Austin looked up like this at you because his panel was below you. She looked up and then boom, he was off. I was like, oh, that's internet gold right there.
He was inspired by the infamous Sammy booting of July 30th, where he told Sammy to look up.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, you did.
I feel really bad that it's kind of like when the president says, yeah, I can land my plane here to get a haircut, but I don't want to inconvenience everyone. And then everyone is inconvenienced. He's like, I told you I didn't want to inconvenience.
I could have gone to Supercuts for crying out loud. Me and Austin are the only two people, and we are so super. Yeah, you are super, and you are so supper, right? You're supper, right?
Supper star.
And Sammy says Austin has better internet now. Yeah, I think our national nightmare is now over. Although he still looks like he's in a prison.
Hey, fast internet. There's something to be said for it. I'm a fan.
Well, apparently he gets fast internet behind bars. When is he on parole? Do you know?
It's a possibility of parole.
Let us know in the comments. And Sammy's recounting, oh my God, that's like 1 year ago. Haha. I think we need to do another show on July 30th so I could just throw you off. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I do it from the beach? That's where I'll be.
Oh, can I join you? Because that sounds amazing.
But we're renting a huge house with lots of space. So.
Sammy's telling us Austin is at his graduation right now, so I wish him a good luck. Austin, congratulations on graduating. I hope that your the warden allows you out enough for you to enjoy the graduation before you have to go back to the cell. But congratulations on your hard work in your high school career and whatnot, and good luck on your next step of the journey.
I say congratulations as well, and that's coming from a former elected school board member. So I think very highly of education.
And a former convict, too. So there you go.
Well, I was cleared of all charges.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The record was
technicalities.
Expunged.
Expunged. I have had my record expunged.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm a little excited. I gotta tell you, I'm excited. I don't.
What?
I don't mean for this to be like Mike and the Mad Dog for a minute, but I gotta go there. Like Wednesday night, the Rangers really made me very happy, and like. Everybody's saying, "Oh, the Lightning's going to kick the living crap out of them." They go out and they score the first goal. The Lightning come back 1-1. Then the Rangers, within 5 minutes, go 2-1. Lightning come back, tie it up. And then the Rangers score 4 goals. They win 6-2. Incredible. They're looking phenomenal. I just hope they can keep the same momentum tonight and leave the city up 2-0 before they have to head to Tampa Bay for Game 3.
There you have it, folks. How about that?
Sammy says, fun fact, I was helping a pretty big YouTuber today on his stream. Do you want to spill the tea and let us know who that person is? Or are you under an NDA that you can't share that information?
Well, if it was on a stream, it's presumably public, so.
I know. Yeah. I'm just making it sound a lot more.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
We got the Rangers playing great hockey. We got the Yankees playing phenomenal baseball. I'm very happy right now. At least with respect to, as you say, sports ball. You called it sports ball.
Yay, sports ball. Did you ever see the IT crew where they're at the soccer and he's like, "Oh, look, he kicked the ball to his teammate. Now his teammate kicked the ball to the other guy. Oh, now it got the other team. Look at this." It's like he's like bored out of his mind.
And the crowd goes wild. Yay. What was that? Monty Python and the Holy Grail was it? And the crowd goes wild. Yay. Sam was helping Sam Sheffer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big timer. Yeah, Sammy is one of the most well-connected people I know. His Rolodex is stacked.
He's on the in. He's making connections. If you need to know someone, he knows the person, or he knows who to get in touch with. He's the as we call him, the super agent to the stars.
Yep.
Sammy, seriously, you should become a lawyer and be the super agent to the stars. You got the connections. You're good at it.
I can see people coming to New Jersey. Sammy sitting behind a desk in a big leather office chair. So how can I help you?
Good seeing you. Hang on 1 second. What's going on? Hey, Bobby, what's going on? What can I help you out with? Bobby. Oh,
get out of here.
that's too low. You could go at least 5 mil to the north. Bobby, call me back. Tell me how it goes. All right, thank you. End scene. Sammy says he was working on a video, so I was helping him with some audio editing because his new studio space doesn't have any sound panels. And then he goes on to say he was in Casey's old studio, and now he's got a bigger space.
Yep.
And Sammy says 5 mil for an interview.
Minimum. 5 mil minimum.
5 mil min.
Yeah.
One interview.
Oh, show. Ay.
You know, he's making the connections. He knows people. He shakes hands. He kisses babies. He's either going to be the super agent for the stars or he's going to politics. Just saying.
He's a mover and a shaker.
He's a mover and a shaker. And conversely, a shaker and a mover, if you think about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a flip side. Might be in the way it is in French. I don't know. He's a mover and a shaker.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What is your big plan for this upcoming weekend?
I will do my normal Saturday routine, which is wake up early and wait till it strikes 8 o'clock and then fire up the pressure washer.
Oh, here we go.
For the whole neighborhood. So you can do a little bit of that.
So you got the 8 o'clock pressure washing. What's next?
Yep. Then I will probably go to Hershey Park and jump in the wave pool and eat Moe's Southwestern Grill while I'm there at the park. And then I'll probably come home and
pressure wash the house some more. No. Okay.
I don't know if the house is on the docket for tomorrow. I think it's going to be some of the landscaping and my white picket fence. And I might, get this, I might do both sides of the picket fence. Mine and the neighbor-facing side.
Wow. Both sides.
Both sides. So, see, most people will just do the side that faces them. But I think that's a little, what's the word? Self-centered.
Self-centered?
I want to
optimistic?
Well, trite.
Maybe trite. Yeah, it could be trite. Judges, are we going to take trite? Oh wow, they gave me trite.
Okay,
Oh, there you go. Oh
yeah,
man,
I'll be doing a little bit of that.
can't forget the Wordle. Gotta get the Wordle in. Gotta
Well,
play.
you know, I keep saying I got to do some web development, and I added. Here's the thing: if you want to talk about the exciting world of web development,
You want to solo on this?
sure.
Go for it. Tell us.
So I built this system that has to have unique invoice numbers, but there can only be 4 digits for this invoice number. I know, but I'm dealing with legacy systems here. So, needless to say, we burned through 000 to 99999. What are you supposed to do? So then I've introduced letters into it because numbers are 0 through 9, and then you kind of recycle, but letters are A through Z. That's 26 more letters. So I got to the point where I ran out of combinations because there's been tens of thousands of invoices. So I wrote an algorithm to figure out how many unique combinations did I not use. So I analyzed every combination I had and figured out, and I put them all in.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it's going to last about a year.
1 year.
A year, and then we're host. Then we're gonna have to figure something else out.
Greek letters. Then you go to Greek letters.
The system I built handles 2 different work streams, and the one work stream has about 4 times as much work and doesn't require an invoice number, but it's still taking one of the invoice numbers. So my task this weekend is to kill the code that grabs an unneeded precious invoice number from the last remaining year's worth of numbers.
So what is the programming language of choice? COBOL? Are we talking Pascal or Fortran? What did you write it in?
Wrong.
C.
It's
Java.
It's a programming language, I think, that is in my blood. Like if
Basic.
you cut me open, I would bleed this PHP.
PHP. There you go.
Yeah. I like the PHP. Do you know why I like the PHP?
Yeah, you know me.
I was going to say that. I like it because the browser has no idea there's a programming language underneath it. It throws straight up HTML. None of this fancy schmancy stuff. So you can do programmatic things on the web page, and the browser has no idea there's technology behind it.
Notepad, the only way to build, Brad says.
I use BB Edit.
You don't use WS Edit 32?
No.
Or VS then? Yeah.
No. And I use BB Edit
Ultra
Lite.
Edit,
Light. I don't even pay for the BB Edit.
Yeah. Who wants to do that? Sammy said about an hour ago, I was thinking, what if there was a site that had a list of content creators that you could reach out and get a response from? So sort of like a clearinghouse.
Well, I've built all kinds of sites along that site. On my Awesome Wood Things, I have a solution where I put your website on my page. And the whole point is to just get another ding in the Google machine, because the inbound links are a signal that you're a popular website. So I'm like, if you have a maker YouTube channel and you have a absolute website, not an Instagram, but like a www, give me that code, or you put the code in there yourself, and I'll render it out on my page. So I have a page. It's just A through Z, and you just see all the A's, all these websites for all the people that have a channel name with A. And then the point isn't to go find stuff. The point is just to give you better search rankings. But I programmed it all from the ground up with PHP and easy interface and blah, blah, blah. I thought of that with Sammy's comment that you should have a lot of times what I do, Sammy, is I like the Google form going into a Google Sheet.
Mm.
Then you say to the audience member or the channel owner, put your information in this form, and then it will land in a Google Sheet and publish the Google Sheet as read only. And then so people just can't go mess with the cells.
Right.
They have to fill out the form, and then the form populates, and then you can just have a Google Sheet that's public, and it can be distributed and attached to emails and put on Facebook posts and things like that, and say, hey, here's everyone's contact information, public contact information.
Hmm.
And
It's really
yeah,
useful.
I like that. We did that with Brenda G's Designs. We were doing that. We did have it on Live Streaming Friends Facebook group before the original owner no longer did it, and a few others. It's just a free. Everyone knows how to use Google Forms.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows how to use Google Sheets. It's kind of one of those things.
And the integratability of Google Forms is pretty massive. So.
Oh, hey, I gotta tell you.
Before you tell me though, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sammy. Sammy is dealing with a little bit of a thing, but he's feeling better and he's getting back to his life. But we're thinking about you, Sammy. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, Sammy. There's nothing you can do. You just gotta fight through it, my friend.
Yep.
Just stay hydrated, get sleep, and just There's no shortcut. You just gotta plow through, my friend.
And the funny thing is, it's something that most of us have dealt with, or may have dealt with multiple times. I mean, it's just our reality now. So, Sammy, I hope you feel better soon enough. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry for cutting you off there.
Oh, I just wanted to share that my full-time job, which I choose often not to talk about, but it's just, it is what it is. I love my job. I love it. But I am working on some awesome technology stuff now. And it is stuff that's going to really have a positive impact across the organization. And I'm dealing with Smartsheet. I don't know if you know that product,
yes.
Smartsheet. What an amazing product that is. I think Smartsheet should hire me because...
You want to go on solo, put your pitch in real quick?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, here you go. Matt Haas for Smartsheet, and go.
Smartsheet, I love your product, but when you stack it up to similar things in the market, it's clear that you are taking a very conservative, that's not the right word, a very safe threshold for all of the things. Like, for example, do you know how many columns you can have in Microsoft Excel? It's like a cajillion. There's a limit. Do you know how many cells you can have on Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet? It's a lot. Smartsheet, it's a fraction. So what we're doing, we're using it in a corporate environment, and we're running into the limits. Oh, you can't do that operation because there's more than 500,000 cells. You're like, oh, I'll never have 500,000 cells. Well, when you've got 30 columns, each row is 30 cells. So two rows is 60 cells. You get to 500,000 pretty quick. So they need to throw more server architecture and more resources to beef up their product so it doesn't have these crazy low limits. It's tough.
There you have it. That's Matt Haas's take on Smartsheet and the limitations therein.
Hey, want to hear a fun Smartsheet fact? Or actually a fun world history scheduling fact. Okay. If you have to deal with schedules, you know about simultaneous tasks. Okay? Because like if you're building a house, the drywaller can be working the same time the carpet installer can be working. So those two can happen at the same time. And then some tasks have to happen after a task is done. Like you can't install a door of the second story of the house if the second story isn't built yet.
Mm-hmm.
So some things are concurrent; they have to happen. Okay, so here's the question: the schedule to put the man on the moon for the Apollo mission, the lunar mission, where they first one small step for man,
Mm-hmm.
how many simultaneous tasks? What was the maximum number of simultaneous tasks that ever took place in the whole timeline to get the man on the moon?
It's going to be a small number.
It's a lot smaller than you probably think. This is putting a man on the moon. You would think it would be hundreds of tasks, wouldn't you?
Wasn't like,
It's
wasn't in the,
87.
was that?
87.
87.
That was the max. It only happened one time. There was 87 simultaneous things that were happening and being tracked. So it's like, come on. Like, if you could put a man on the moon with 87 simultaneous, but still.
Hey, Matt, do you have a promotion code for this? Because Brad said, hey, Smartsheet, I'm about to buy Smartsheet, and that is because of the sell that Matt Haas just made for you.
I need an affiliate for Smartsheet. it's a crazy awesome, very well. I mean, it does things for project management that Excel just could never do. You could go pivot table heavy, Excel just couldn't do it.
And then the next offering that Microsoft offers in that project, they ask a pretty penny for, and it's like, do you want to pay a pretty penny for project? Although I will say that the cost of project has come down considerably.
The issue with that is it's not collaborative, it's not cross-platform.
Mm.
The days where one person is doing all the input and all that's ridiculous. Like, no. When you do a project, it's a team of people interacting and changing things.
Well,
You
it's
have
about the
Microsoft
collaboration,
Project.
of course.
So how I don't even know how Microsoft Project even existed as a product in this world.
Brad is not actually going to buy it, at least not today, but it actually does sound really cool.
Well, it's a spreadsheet that's built for task management. So, you can link the predecessors up. You put the date on the first task, and then you can say task 2, 3, and 4. They're all linked to the task above. You have the durations. They each take a day, and it'll calculate, oh, this will take 7 business days, and this is the date you started. It takes out the weekends automatically. This is when it's due. And it's just
federal holidays, all that stuff.
It's very well thought out. And now I'm learning. Like, they have premium add-ons to this product to make it even better. And I'm learning all the premium add-ons. And the one training costs $5,000 per person.
Man.
Per person. So don't have access to that. But we did hire a consultant. We're getting a consultant to come in and work with a small team that I'm going to be part of, and so instead of paying the $5,000 to learn how to do it, we're going to work with a consultant who's
You're going to pay the consultant $5,000 an hour to do it.
Pretty much, yeah. Anyway, I don't talk about my full-time job, but I am working on some really, really, really cool things.
It sounds really cool. It sounds really, really cool. And you get that in the content creation clearinghouse that you were talking about before. You got some really interesting projects.
I got lots of projects. I got lots of ideas for projects. What I need is venture capital and a team of people to take everything out of my head and make it a reality. Because right now I got to pick what I'm going to focus on, and some of my brilliant ideas are not making it out into the universe because of time and resource allocation management going south.
You have all these mind maps, but no execution plan for the mind maps.
I've got the execution plans. I just I can't make it happen because I don't know if you know about this, but there's only 24 hours in the day. And
I heard about that.
I tried to throw money at the issue to get more time in a day, but it just it's like physics. It's like the law of the universe. No one can buy more time.
Well, when you're talking about man hours, when you run out of hours and you need something done in if that portion of the project management triangle is fixed, then you're going to have to add more manpower to it.
Yeah. And I've used those freelance sites all the time. If I get really, really stuck, I'll go out and I'll say, how do you do this? How do you do that?
The All Things YouTube sign behind Matt, is that real or is that a graphic? Brad asks.
It is real. It's a real thing. There's a video of me making it. I can show you exactly how I built it. It's on All Things YouTube.
Co-host of the show, Paul Burke, says, is there a sci-fi series where some people can buy time?
Yes, there is the Jupiter one. What's it called? With Mia. Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending.
That they had the elixir that extends your life. It costs a lot of money, and the idea is rich people would just keep buying more of it until they ran out of funds, and then their life would just eventually just. Yeah.
It's by the way, Paul, link. If you want to join us if you're free, we'd love to see you, my friend. Anyone, in fact, anyone, if anyone wants to jump on, there's the link up there, guest.ecam.live/8CE46FF8D.
Someone was talking about the sign. To more accurately prove it's real, I can change the color of the.
Ooh. Oh.
That's it's physical sign.
Yeah. Paul says that movie cost me too much time. Heyo! They do justice with the heyo there, Paul. Just looking out for you. Heyo! That's some real wild stuff there. I didn't know that.
Weird, wacky stuff.
Yep. You got a color changing sign. You could turn it red for Valentine's Day. You could turn it green for St. Patty's Day. You could turn it green. You could Christmas colors. You could do Thanksgiving motif on that.
That's the red button. It's obviously blue. I think it's kind of jacked up. Okay, green is red, blue is green, and red is blue. This is pretty jacked up. I could do a strobe too. We could do.
Brad says, I'm going to check out the video you're making after the show. It's really cool, Matt. I couldn't tell because of the actual lights if it's real. He digs it. You got the Kendall seal of approval there, Matt. The Kendall seal of approval.
I'm really happy with this. It was quite the process to put it together. And I don't think I've really seen any underglow items out in the real world. So I thought that was kind of a neat... I didn't know if it would work. I'm like, this is what I want. This is how I think it can I could pull it off. And then I did it, and I'm like, oh crap, it actually works.
You're a man. You got a mission. That makes you a man on a mission.
Can someone put the URL in the chat? I have to actually find that. I don't want to take time away from the show.
That's okay. In the meantime, I could play that music you don't like.
Talk over top of it so it doesn't awesome wood things. All right, I'm trying to find it. There it is. I found it. I'm putting the logo. I have the URL.
You got the URL, you got the button, you got the thing with the thing, and then as soon as it pops up over here, I could pop it up on the screen.
There it is. I popped it.
That's how we do this high-tech operation over here. There it is. And there it is.
Fabaya.
Fabium.
Fabium.
There's the site. Go check it out. It's really good work, as all of Matt's stuff is. It's really good work, for sure.
I try. I try to only put awesome things on the channel that has the word awesome in its channel name.
Truth in advertising.
Yeah. Because my buddy was like, "Oh, look at this cool thing." I'm like, put it on your channel. I'm like, I don't think
not
this
awesome
quite.
now.
I don't think it quite meets the barrier to awesome. But I made it out of materials I had around my shop. I'm like, I know you did, but the end product isn't the caliber of awesome that warrants it being on my channel.
Paul can't join us today because he's at the office, but wishes he could, and he sends his love. Hugs and kisses, Paul Burke.
There you go.
Brad says, haha, that sounded great with my new PC speakers I got the other day. Wasn't expecting that to happen, so I have yins turned up. Sounded great. What are you talking about? The music that? There you go. I can only play 4 or 5 seconds, otherwise Matt gets arrested.
Ay, ay, ay.
Paul says, kisses, no mouth stuff, JV. That costs extra. Oh, I know. Trying to push those boundaries again. Oh, man. Brad says, yeah, that's the one.
So what weekend plans do you have there, JV?
It is in flux right now. I got weekend plans that are in, for lack of better terms, flux. So I was supposed to have... April was supposed to come up here tomorrow, but I think I might be coming down there after her show. So I might be heading down to Maryland tomorrow night. Don't know. It's all dependent on how things roll. If she heads up here, great. If I head down there, great. But it's definitely that. Tomorrow morning, Brenda, if you're watching. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Spin class. Saturday morning spin with Brenda and the gang over at Max Fitness in Exton, which is a good time for sure. And according to Hal Higdon, I have to run 5 miles tomorrow. So it's a 5-mile run and spin class. Watch out for my reaction, because I don't know if it's going to be a good one. And then Sunday's the long run. Sunday's an 8-miler.
Okay.
It's supposed to be longer, but they just changed. I just changed my program on Hal Higdon, and it took a little bit of a relaxing sort of 8 miles instead of 11 miles. April, who is joining us on YouTube, says, let's roll the dice and see where we land. That's a good call, April. Very good call.
All right. Well, if you have a couple hours free and you want to get some chili dogs.
Over in York.
Yeah. Yeah, we can make that happen. So...
The famous chili dogs with the infamous sauce that you will ask for just a sauce and have it stored away in your refrigerator or freezer for rainy days and Sundays always get me down.
And it has one of the best company names out there. Famous Hot Wiener.
Famous Hot Wiener is right.
I'm not making that up. That's the name of the company.
It truly is. Brad asks, how far is Matt from JV?
Well, I know how far I am from Fogo, so I'm an hour and a half from Fogo.
Matt is about an hour and 15, hour and 20 from me.
There you go. There you go.
Brad says that the August trip that he's planning to head over here for would be epic with a hang with Matt and some famous hot wiener. So you got a fan who wants some famous hot wiener, and that's Brad.
Are you coming to town, Brad, in August?
Brad Kendall is coming to town.
Well, hey, give me a shout out. We'll find something to do if you want.
I think Brad also wants a little bit of the Fogo, so I'm sure there's going to be that in the cards as well. We talked about April was talking about dice. Now we're talking about cards. What the heck is going on? Running a racket? What are you talking about? Ay. Famous, yeah, so I think I might have asked you this question before, but outside of the hot dog, of course, that famous hot wiener, is there anything else that is of notable interest at the famous hot wiener?
Well, my family gets the hamburgers and cheeseburgers with the chili sauce on it, but I don't venture into that unholy realm. I stick with the wieners. Oh, here's a fun story about famous hot wiener. All
Before
right.
you continue, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna bring because I don't care anymore, right? I just don't not I do care about your story, but I
Yeah.
as far as any sort of decency, April says we all want some famous hot wiener.
After you try it, you will want the actual uh, food
That's
item.
right. That's the wrong sound effect too. This is the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted, but I got the yeah right. April, I love you. Go ahead.
So we went to famous hot dinner, and I had no breakfast, no lunch, and I was starving. And we went to famous hot wiener, and everyone's given their orders because they have table service at that this one. I don't think they have table service where we're going to go, but they did at this other location. And she says, "What do you want, hun?" And I'm like, "I have a glass of water and 5 famous hot wieners." She goes, "No, seriously, what do you want?" I'm like, 5 famous hot wieners with everything, and with everything is a stripe of mustard, a little line of mustard with the chili sauce, and enough raw onions to choke a horse. Like, no, seriously, onions are everywhere. They get everywhere. They're all over the place. They're on the seats. They're on the floor. You know, it's just that's the famous hot
So
wiener.
you're
And,
saying, oh, I can't believe a horse that likes to be. Anyhow, go ahead, continue. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
dear Lord.
yeah right.
So
Sorry.
she's like, I can't serve. No one can eat 5 because they're jumbo dogs. They're not just like little wiener. I mean, they're big. They're the big dogs. I'm like, no, I want 5. She goes, you really want? I'm like, yes, I really. We were going back and forth. I was actually getting mad. Like I was like, 5, I want 5. She's like, okay, okay. So everyone's getting their 2 hot dogs and fries, or the 2. You know, they're getting all the little combinations. 5 famous hot wieners come down, and I ate the first one, ate the second one. I'm like, oh crap, I'm getting full on 2. So I choked the third one down. I'm like, oh dear Lord. I got to the fourth one. Somehow I got the fourth one down, and I was like, "Oh dear God, there's still one left." So everyone else is done eating, and here I am taking these small little. My stomach is hurting and hurting, and I'm forcing this. Everyone's watching me eat the 5th famous hot wiener, and
It's because you're choking on a hot dog.
uh, I finally got it down. I could barely walk. Like it hurt to stand up. Like anytime it changed the position of my stomach, like with my knees or going up or anything like that, I was like, "Oh, I should not have done that." Like Dumbledore, I should not have said that. I should not have said that. But I should not have eaten that. I should not. But I did. I ate 5 famous Halloween, which was way too many.
Matt,
And then
the
and then every time we go back, everyone's like, "You're gonna get 5 again, Matt." The answer
10.
is no.
I'm getting 10 next time.
The answer is no.
Right. Going back to some sort of level of decency for a second, Brad says, I'm really going to try. August 29th is his birthday, and we'll be in Pittsburgh with his sister that week. 6-hour drive down to Pike isn't terrible. No, it's not. The way I go down to Pike with 100, I go 110 miles per hour. Yeah, it's no problem. And then when we started going down that road, he said, this isn't appropriate, and he's doing an elbow cough. And April, love you. She said to me a kiss. And then Brad says, talking about famous hot wieners, and Matt had to throw in choking it down, and I could barely walk. And that's when, honestly, that's why I was losing it when he was telling that story. It was the verb choice and the phrase choice. As you would say, Matt, chef's kiss. On the money. Perfect.
I think I have to employ a George Costanza tactic and leave on a high note because I don't think anything else I say could beat that. So.
No, April says 100. That's how you go down the Pike.
Oh, hang on. Oh At least you're not going up the Hershey Highway.
Well, that's right.
Which I will be on the Hershey Highway on Saturday. And I will be going up it.
I give up. I give up. So you go up the Hershey, so you can play with your Jolly Ranchers, and yeah, there's that. And the Crackle Bar and all that stuff. Yeah. Any I'm challenging the audience. I'm sure you have a joke or two you want to put in comments, and
I think I've stumped him. I've made JV have a loss for words.
Oh, it had to happen after 2 years of this. Had to.
I want a little badge next to my name. A little achievement.
Right. You get like a little. So on the next episode, you'll have a little medal next to your name.
There you go.
Matt gets a gold star, and you know what? We can just give him the gold star now. I mean, quite frankly, he's deserving of the golden harmonica. Where the hell did that come from, John?
Or just put a hot dog.
Right. Oh, hot dog first. Hot dog first. Thank you, producer. Hot dog first. There's the hot dog. And then...
I'm not seeing it.
Hold on. Didn't pop up yet. Wait for it.
It's got to hit enter.
That's right. There you go.
Boom.
Boom. Kapow. There it is.
I've achieved something.
I got a hot dog and a gold star. I'm going to frame it on my fridge. Brad says, never a dull moment with the script.
Well...
Darn straight.
You know, we aim to please.
For your Emmy consideration.
As long as we don't get copy struck. or
thunderstruck.
No, user violation, or not copyright, but guidelines. What's it called? Community guideline strike.
It feels like we're playing $25,000 pyramid here. I mean,
sorry, community guideline. I couldn't grasp that term for some
just don't
reason.
use any prepositional phrases or you'll get cuckooed, and that'll be the end.
No hanging participles.
Oh man. So you got hot dogs in your future at some point. We got to do that, of course. And you got your Hershey Park season pass that you'll make use of. You're pressure washing the house.
Doing web development.
I
should probably edit some awesome wood things video. I've actually got a really cool project that I want the world to see. I just got to finish editing it. It's my sound absorbing movie posters, which I think is a pretty compelling type of thing.
So I gotta ask you a question you asked on the main show last night. When do you have time to do all this? With what time?
Well, that could be best answered with a day in the life of, because I find the time. I don't do a lot of vegging out on the couch because I don't get a lot out of it, and I would rather create something and put something awesome into the world than watch a rom-com type of thing. So I wake up. I usually do a couple tasks before my morning show. Do my morning show. After my morning show, I got to go and do all kinds of follow-up crap because I got to put the thumbnails on it and I got to make the playlist. You know, there's some little crappy stuff I got to do to make sure it is the way it is wherever it goes on the interwebs. And I work all day. Then I work a full day. And then after work, it depends what day of the week it is. If it's Monday, I'll have my All Things YouTube show.
Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific.
If it's Friday, I do my super terrific awesome show and
5:45
co-host
Eastern, 2:45 Pacific.
and
VF
BF
Talk,
Talk
6:30
show.
Eastern, 3:30 Pacific.
But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I try and fill the evening with something creative. Often, I'm too tired after work to do anything, but not always. Not always the case. Piano is any time I have a free 15 or minute or 30-minute block of time, I'll just jump on the piano and do that because I want to keep those skills going.
Fresh. Yeah.
And I don't want to go a day without touching it. I want to use the instrument every day because I'm paying $3.60 a day for 3 years until the thing's amortized.
For less than the price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah. I take care of the property. I like to do the lawn care because I like to have my neighbors be mad at me because my lawn is so spectacular. So that's like a thing that I do. The plants, I water the plants, which I'm running out of. I have a 50-gallon drum that catches the water off of the shed, and I use that to water the plants. It's almost empty. It never runs dry because the rain will always replenish it. But we've been getting rain, just we haven't been getting like a deluge. Anyway, so I'm kind of freaked out. I'm running out of rainwater. I find the time. And
how much sleep do you get on a given night?
A good bit, usually 6 or 7 hours.
So you easily have 18 hours worth of stuff in that, and you're using you go right to bed 6 hours.
Well, see, when I go to bed, I do veg out with some what do you call it? Guilty pleasure TV shows and podcasts and things like that. So I will consume. Oh, and I do YouTube videos. I watch YouTube videos any moment that I can. Like I'm always pausing and playing something during the day. Because I don't work 9 to 5 nonstop. I'll have different meetings, and I'll have some time between meetings. Yeah. And
there's downtime.
I do work during the downtime, but sometimes even the downtime I have like a little 15-minute window.
Yeah.
I make it work, and it's not hard to do when you're jazzed about something. Because like I'll get really focused. I'm like, oh, I want to get that piano video out. I'm getting good. I'm ready for the world to see that, and I'll just get focused, and then I'll just do it. And then if I'm working on something, like I was working on this, I'm like, gosh darn, I want to see what this looks like finished. But I'm never going to be able to see it finished until I finish it. So
your drive and natural fascination drives you through a project to its completion.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yes, it does. And then some things I'm like, sidewalk's looking kind of all gunked up. I'm like, I really should get the pressure washer out. And I got the pressure washer out, the electric one, and I'm like, no, I killed it last season. It doesn't work. I burned it up. So then I bought the new pressure washer. And then some things are like, all right, like that's got to be on the docket, and I want to get to it when I get to it. Like, for example, I shouldn't say this. I got a VHS tape of me when I was 22, 23 years old. And it's been sitting there, and I'm like, it hasn't taken top priority of anything. So I have a VHS, I have a VCR, and I have an old Elgato capture card, which may or may not work. But I might have to buy another But I'm like, I should take the VCR, look at the back of it, and just see if it has. But I'm like, then I got to get under the TV, and I got to fish the wire through, and I'm just like, But eventually, this low point I'm at with this task, I'm like not really that interested in it. It'll flip where I'm like, okay, now I really want to see what's on that tape.
I also think it's a matter of, you were able to build a studio. The studio that you're sitting in, that required a lot of cable wiring and sneaking and whatnot. So you're fully capable of the task in question.
I This is gonna sound terrible.
It's okay. No. Go ahead.
I as I get older,
You're pulling a Danny Glover, right?
I just I don't like to pick things up off the ground. Like, not that it hurts me, not that it just irritates. I hate to bend down to get stuff. Like sometimes this is what happened. I'm pulling stuff out of the freezer, and a bag drops, and I say to myself, "Oh, that sucks." All right, I was like, I'm gonna take what I need, and then I'm gonna get right back to that. Like I'm gonna pick that up, but I'm just gonna finish this other thing first, and I'll finish the other, and I'll forget about it. I'm gonna, gosh darn it, there's a bag of chicken nuggets on the floor, whatever it was, She's like, why was there a bag of whatever? I'm like, oh, I dropped it, and she goes, did you not know you dropped it? I'm like, no, I know I dropped it. You could hear it, and I saw it, and I was like, I'm gonna get right back to that
in 2027.
So all I gotta do is get underneath the little component shelf that the TV's on and dig out this VCR player. But I'm just like, I just don't want to do it. And same thing with the wood shop. Stuff falls off the bench all the time. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick up that drill bit later.
Brad knows exactly this feeling. It is the worst. And then Brad also had a joke from before that I will share with you. The Beastie Boys are releasing an anthology. A through D will be free for download, but you will have to pay for your right for Part E.
Part E.
Ay.
License to ill. I told you about my license plate, my novelty license plate. Did I tell you about that?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Beastie Boys. Well, first of all, if people don't know, in Pennsylvania, you do not have to have a front license plate. You only have to have one on the back. So a lot of people in Pennsylvania, they'll put novelty plates on the front of their car. That's what I did. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school, and I had access to the metal shop. Don't encourage the stupidity from me. All right, Beastie Boys. The album cover, "License to Ill." It was a airplane, and the airplane had a tag number, like all airplanes have, and the tag number was 3ATA3. And if you read that backwards, it says "Eat Me." Mm-hmm. So I made a license. I had a 1/4-inch piece of steel in the steel shop at high school. I spray painted it white, and I took black tape, and I cut out the 3MTA3, and I took it to the drill press, and I put the holes to screw it into the threads of the front bumper of the car, and I had a white license plate that said 3MTA3 on it. And it was on the front of my car, and people would go in their rear view mirror, and it would say, I thought I was like really clever, but it was from the Beastie Boys. I got it from the album because that's what was the tail number of plane on the album art of Beastie Boys' "License to Ill." So.
That is.
See, like I thought like that would like get me chicks. I'm like, oh, you got that. Like I thought it would be like impressive. It was not impressive to anyone
because it's not obvious.
Not obvious, but I don't know.
But
although to my credit, Michelle Sleeper is a maker in the woodworking community. She has a great Twitch channel. Basically, she has a Twitch channel. It's called Making It Up. Is the
Making It Up?
Yeah. And I told this little story that I just told you on Facebook. Michelle Sleeper says, I knew there was a reason I was friends with you, Matt. I was like, yep. Well, there you go. 3MTA3.
3M18.3.
I like stuff like that.
I think if we can get that in all the 50 states, that'd be great, including Maryland. So there you go.
Yeah, the one maker has I make is his license plate number. I space make. And then other woodworkers, and he lives in New York, and other woodworkers were like, I want that too. So he started a website of all, and only 50 members can be in it. So of woodworkers that have I make in the state that they're in. So there's one in Delaware, there's one in Hawaii, and then they're like, okay, well, since I make is, then they had a different flavor. It was like not I make, but it was make and then something else or something like that. And then there was 50 more people that got that. I just thought that was neat.
That is really neat. And you also have states that only have numerical license plates, but although you can get a personalized plate in Delaware, that's not, you can get a personalized plate or vanity plate in Delaware. But it used to be just a straight numerical sort of thing for the longest time.
I have a vanity plate on mine. My father, when I was living at home, so I must have been 17, as a birthday present, got me a vanity plate. And it arrives in the mail addressed to me because it was my car. I'm like, what the hell is this? He goes, oh shit, that's your birthday present. You weren't supposed to see that. I didn't quite think through the logistics of it, and then here's the thing about license plate: you keep them forever. It keeps renewing. I got so now no longer yellow background on Pennsylvania; it's a blue back. You get the new plate.
Mm-hmm.
So and same thing with your driver's license. Like I have a Class M license. I have a motorcycle license. I haven't ridden a motorcycle in 15 years, but it never goes off. It's there forever. I don't know why I said that. It's just kind of a neat realization.
No, that is really neat, especially since I'm thinking about picking up an M license to perhaps buy a tricycle or at least be licensed for one.
Here's some life advice for parents of children who are soon going to drive. Matt's life advice is to have them take the motorcycle course offered by their state, even if they have no desire to ride a motorcycle, which I don't recommend. I think you're you're really taking chances with not because I don't think people have the wherewithal to properly operate the motorcycle. My problem is with other idiots on the road. Right. I'm like, why would you take that? Do you know how stupid people are that get behind? Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is, no, seriously, that course teaches you so much more about how to operate a vehicle on the road. Yes, some of it is tailored to the bike itself, but much of it is just awesome advice about how to position yourself, how fast you should go, what you should look at, little tips. Like everyone should learn how to go through the course because it will make you a better car driver. Even if you say you have to take this motorcycle course, but you're never allowed to own a motorcycle, still do that because the knowledge I got from taking that motorcycle course has made me a better driver in a multiple, like it wasn't just a little bit, like much better driver.
I would say probably just as analogous as if you spend really good money and try to go for your CDL.
I can't really speak to that process, but I'm sure.
Well, you think about the CDL and the sort of the sort of regulations around the CDL are federal, right? So if you get caught speeding with a CDL, they could take your CDL privileges away, right? So that's how that works. But the level of training that you have to go through to get a CDL license is very intrinsic. And, you think about it. If you are a freight operator and you have drivers driving 18-wheelers and whatnot, you want them to have a license that can have them drive any kind of truck in the most safest way possible. So the CDL licenses, you have that, that there's some level of scrutiny that you have based on your driving record and whatnot.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. But
not to say that I will be getting my CDL anytime soon, but
I had a lot of fun with my one buddy does motorcycle. He just lives and breathes motorcycle. And he said to a bunch of us, he's like, why don't you come over and everyone can ride my old bikes, and we'll go to the field next to my house and we'll just ride motorcycles all day long. It's 2-stroke dirt bikes.
Mm-hmm.
I got on that dirt bike, man. I never had so much fun in my life. Because here's the thing about dirt bikes. They are insanely powerful. I mean, you hit that throttle and you're off like a rocket. Because the 2-stroke, it doesn't fool around. Like, it puts all the power into the drivetrain and you just go. So then I had so much fun. We spent all day, and I took right to it, man. I was doing all the shifting and all the braking properly and the skid. Like, I was a natural, and I was like, this was amazing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get my motorcycle license and I'm gonna buy a street bike. Sure enough, that's what I did. And guess what I learned the hard way? A street bike is not a 2-cylinder dirt bike. And it is a completely different animal. It was not fun to ride. It did not have the power. No, it had power. But here's the thing. You know how if you ever drove a stick shift car, like, you gotta it's gotta get up to speed. It felt like a car engine. Of course, it was a motorcycle, but just the way it responded, it was not a dirt bike. Because that dirt bike, man, you drop it in the first, you crank it, and you're off. Like, you can't do that with a street bike. You got to rev it up and let out the clutch slowly and get up to speed. It felt like a car. I'm like, I want the dirt bike experience on the street. So
it's the difference between the dirt bike and
pretty much.
Yeah. Brad is letting us know that he is going to become ordained online tonight. So if anyone needs to get married, let him know. Brad Kendall.
What denomination are you getting ordained into, if I may ask?
Probably a nickel or dime, maybe quarter, perhaps penny. I don't know. Maybe euro, maybe Bitcoin. I don't know. He's Brad. What denomination is it? Just a unified Unitarian? Is it a General Church of Christ? Is it Scientologist? What are we talking?
What denomination are you getting ordained into? I'm just curious.
Seventh-day Adventist.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Is it the
Jehovah's Witness?
The Church of Famous Hot Wieners?
The Wieners. Yeah.
No idea. I just want to be able to marry someone. Okay, there you go.
A lot of times to marry someone.
They'll tell you. Do you take such and such to be your lawfully wedded?
He has to figure out what the website says. Yeah. See how close he needs to get to L. Ron Hubbard or Vishnu or whatever.
See, I don't think I could officiate a wedding. I would like, do you take her to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. I'd be like, are you sure? Like, are you really sure? You know what you're getting into. Mr. Haas, keep it moving.
Are you freaking crazy? All right. Well, if that's what you want to do, what can I do? It's all right. Do you take her? Yeah. What are you thinking? All right, your husband and wife or whatever you
Go
are.
kiss or something.
Yeah.
All right. Where's
Go
the
shake
reception?
hands. Go to your corners and come out fighting. Whatever you do, 3-minute rounds and keep it clean and 3 knockdown rule, standing 8 count. Brad says for real, he'll be the last line of defense for people. Brad Kendall, your last line of defense. Call today.
You need married, he can hook you up.
You need a married, you go to him. You need a divorce attorney, you go to him. You need someone to fight your parking ticket, you go to him. You need someone to go help you drive it, whatever you need. Brad's your guy. He's the last line of defense for people. That's his job. That's what he does.
If anyone messes with you, Brad will grab them by the balls and squeeze till they're dead.
That's right. It's the Kendall way or the highway. And when I say the highway, I mean he's going to throw punch you to a bloody pulp. That's what Brad does because he is the last line of defense for people.
That's my favorite, throat punching.
He'll get them coming and going. And you want to take that to a after 9 sort of meaning, go for it. Put that behind your paywall. But enjoy.
Stick that in your funkin' wagon.
That should stick that in your funkin' wagnalls is right. Stick that in your Roger Thesaurus and your funkin' wagnalls and your Atlas and all that. Because he's like Atlas. He will throat punch you, and it will not be nice. But he is the last line of defense. So call him today, Brad Kendall. Your last line of defense. Enough of a live read. Do you think I can?
I think they got it.
Yeah, it's good. See, Brad, there's a live read. You'll be invoiced for that soon. So, I take Stripe. I take Venmo. You just it's gold. It's gold. You got a 30-second read from me. So, enjoy.
And if you want a professional soundbite as an MP3, that's his premium product. So
yeah, yeah. And then Brad's asking, how does he get an 800 number?
Google it.
Yeah, I mean, 800 numbers are very few and far between. I think, we're on 833s now. Are we on 822s by now?
It started out 866s, but yeah.
Well, 800, 888, 877, 866.
All phone calls are free, point to point, so it hardly makes sense to even have an 800 number now.
867-5309, all of that.
Yeah. Damn you, Tommy Two-Tone.
I got it. I got her number on the wall for a good time call. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard there's fireworks going to be happening soon. Probably in an hour or so. I don't think I'll have enough time to show it on the show, but I might go outside, get some video of it, and put it up on the channel as a short, because everybody's doing shorts these days.
Short form content.
That's where it is.
All the cool kids are doing it.
I'm not TikToking or anything or doing all that, but if you want some firework video, I'll probably capture some and put it up there. Why not?
Here's the thing about fireworks videos. You're never going to watch them again. It's like you might as well just enjoy them live. Put the camera beside you and just enjoy the fireworks. And then post a clip. You're never going to go. Just like the concert footage. You take video at a concert, you're never going to watch that footage ever again.
Mm-mm.
It's just not going to happen.
And it doesn't matter how many tags you have on it. Unless you have some sort of revealing tag that people say, did you see that one? Well, you have to go back to that one. It's just up there for fun.
Just because you can shoot video doesn't mean you should.
That's
all
right.
the time. But doesn't hurt to have it.
Yeah. It's, you know what? We're not
Storage
going
is free.
We're not going to preclude you from shooting that video. We're not going to preclude you from using your Blackberry to shoot video out there. And by the way, why do you have a Blackberry? Maybe you could tell us that.
Are they defunct? I don't even think you can get them anymore.
I don't think you can either. But
they were encrypted end to end. That's the problem. The government didn't like that.
Well, it was Blackberry Information Service, BIS or EI, all that stuff. So like it was a specific sort of security registry for email handling and files and all that stuff.
Problem was it was too secure, and government likes to get in through the back door. Don't.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to let it sit there, and I'm just going to move on. I will tell you, though, something that my former employer, 2 employers ago, someone was really smart on the Blackberry Information System, Blackberry Information Service, because they set something up with their email handling in Blackberry that if you type the word page in the subject, it forces your Blackberry to vibrate.
That's interesting.
Very interesting, because you'd be sleeping at 2 a.m. and you're in charge of the servers and whatnot, and so you have an alert that has a page on the subject, and it's, what the heck is that? It's like, okay, got your attention. Now you have to go telnet on or log in to see what the heck's going on.
Oh.
Those days are over.
I found a typo on the interface. Not a typo, but a text change you could consider on the interface. So you see up here it says join us eCam.
Yeah.
You have a space before the colon. Can you collapse that space and make the colon tight against the parenthesis?
Well, there's got to be a little bit of a space between that and
No,
that.
there should be a space after the colon and before HTTP. Like
so join us right paren colon space then the actual address, right? So like that?
Like that, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Much better.
See, we're live editing things that have only been up there for a year and change.
Like, do you have to put https:// like, I mean, that's so 1997. Just put guest.ecam.live. But okay, I can live with that. There you go.
You know what? You won the space question, but that's all you get tonight.
Okay,
fair
enough. Fair enough. So I made you do this. See, this is what happens. I come on his show. I make him change this interface down here. I make him change this. It's only a matter of time, folks, before he gets the shits of this. It's gonna happen. One of these days, it's gonna happen.
I threatened to do this last summer, but this summer I'm going to probably invest in a little money in this studio, or use the formal living room to do the show as come to fall, because I now that I've been doing it for 2 years, it's time. It's definitely time. So
I know the first $45 piece of equipment you should purchase.
A vacuum cleaner? That's a good idea. Yeah. First $45 piece of equipment, and that would be
a white key light.
A white key light.
Get some more light on the moneymaker.
Well, people like it like this, though, I think. What if I move you over? It doesn't. I gotta get a key light. You're right. You're absolutely right.
That will make probably the most visual difference of anything you're thinking of doing. Keep the same camera.
Even if I do this, like how's that? But then
that's better.
Yeah. So if I could find a way to move my mount over here in front of my monitor like this, but then it's got to be out of the shot of the camera, I'll figure that out.
It looks like it's just not powerful enough.
No, it's not powerful enough. It's a rinky-dink thing that came with a small Amazon package, so I've been using it.
Go on my Amazon storefront and find the Lupon lights that I have. They're $45.
Lupon.
They come in all different. It's like the same Chinese company makes them, and they slap different brand names on them, and whole, then they're all the same thing. But not, hey, don't take my word for it. Doc Rock loves them.
Doc's amazing.
If he has any weight in your world,
Doc has a lot of weight in this world.
Doc Rock approved.
Yeah, he does amazing things from Hawaii.
Hawaii time.
That's right.
Let's go to Hawaii when the sun is directly overhead and casts no shadows. I'd like to do that. And you don't need a passport when you go to Hawaii.
That's right, because it's the United States. You don't need a passport.
Just bring lots of money because things are expensive on Hawaii.
Oh, I mean, if you think things are expensive here, just think about the price of it in Hawaii. It's like 2 to 3 times that, and that's with this inflationary pricing already.
I would max out the amount of coffee that I'm allowed to ship back to the mainland because it grows in the rich volcanic soil, and I hear it's spectacular.
Mm.
Because
I
coffee
definitely,
only grows 10 degrees of the equator, and guess what's in 10 degrees of the equator? Hawaii.
I was supposed to go to Hawaii before the fun and frivolity of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour took place in 2020, and I definitely want to get there sometime next year. I would say this year, but I got a marathon to run. I got other things, so there are things coming up, but yeah, I want to get to Hawaii sometime soon because I was supposed to go back in 20, it didn't happen. I want to do it soon, so.
I think next year we're going to try and go to Jamaica.
Jamaica?
I had so much fun in Jamaica because the cruise takes you to different places in the Caribbean. That island, so much fun. So much fun. My son swam with sharks.
Mm.
The kind that they're the, anyway.
The ones that they're fighting the jets, right? Jets
Yeah.
and the sharks? Never mind.
We all swam with dolphins in Hawaii. I mean, in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
They had a nature thing where they had lizards and parrots and birds and like it's a jungle. Like it's not just like you go in Pennsylvania into the woods. There's a difference between the woods and a jungle. Everything is lush and thick, and it's not pine trees like in Pennsylvania. It's like it's different. I was like, this is crazy. And we did the waterfall. We did Dunn's River Falls. They have a waterfall that is kind of a gradual step up, and you can walk up the waterfall.
Oh man,
it's not a cliff. You can, and they scrape all the algae off it's all rocks. So you don't slip in it. That was so much fun. We walked up a mountain in a waterfall. Yeah, it was really fun.
How many times did you say Jamaica me crazy? How many times did you say that during the trip?
I don't know. I almost got I almost got roughed up a little bit because we're leaving this attraction and you go past these little stands and you're like, oh, how about this? Oh, want to buy this? And the one thing actually caught my eye. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. He goes, I'll walk with you. And he left his place. I'm like, I don't want you to leave your stand. I got to get to the bus. He goes, I'll walk with you. And he started talking to me about these little figures. He's like, yeah, you should get these. And he quoted me a price. I was like, yeah, I'll buy it for that price. And as he's talking, he starts talking of all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. But he slips in there every now and then. People have paid higher prices for it. And then for some reason, he thought I agreed to the higher price. I didn't, but he thought I did. And we got to the bus and I gave him what I said I was going to give him for it. And he wanted more. And it got kind of, like, I don't know how I can describe it, but he wasn't too happy about it. But I'm like, I told you.
Yeah, I mean it's very very suspicious, especially a street vendor like that.
And he even carved our names. He said, "What's your name?" I told him my name. He says, "What's your wife's name?" And so like he personalized the item for me because he had a little whittling. It was a wooden carved anyway. And then that just guilt trips you. Like, well, it's got my name in it. Like, why wouldn't I buy it? It was, you could just tell it was a whole scripted tactic. But I wasn't about to up my price since we were settled on what I said we were going to pay for it, and he tried to renegotiate. Or in his mind, he thought he renegotiated the deal, but he really didn't, and it was anyway.
What, did it come to actual fisticuffs?
No, it didn't. and I'm glad it didn't, because the last thing I want to do is destroy someone in another country.
That's right.
Because you know what you shouldn't do when you're abroad? Get thrown in the clinker. Like, that's not something
not advisable. No,
not advisable.
Have you seen Midnight Express? Do you want to be hung upside down, beaten by your feet? You don't want that.
That is my brother's favorite movie.
Right?
That's the hashish in the What's the actor's name? I forget who his name is.
Oh,
brilliant guy. He's not in much, but he's a brilliant actor.
Name's slipping me like everything is these days. Anyone can help me out in the comments, that'd be great.
Anyway, don't worry about it.
No, I do, because now it's gonna bother me. No. John Hurt, Brad Davis.
Okay.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah. Very good, very good, very good. Anywho. But yep.
Oh man. We've gone all over the place. We talked about the Hershey Highway. We talked about Midnight Express. I mean, there you go.
7:30. We went an hour and a half. How long have we been going?
About 5 days.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's marathon issue. Well, Matt, I hope you have a wonderful weekend power washing and going to Hershey Park and living your best life ever, my friend.
Hey, I hope you have your best life when you're in Maryland and all over God's green earth.
That's right. And thanks again for doing the show yesterday and asking me the questions. That was really awesome.
Glad I could help. Get you some good content. For it.
It was fantastic. You have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later, sir.
Thank you much. You too.
Love you, bro. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen, as I go back to Maine and we talk about what's coming up next week. We don't have an actual title for the show next week. We have ideas. It will officially be the first episode of the summer season, but I don't know what the topic's going to be. It probably will have something to do with codependency, since that's been asked a lot of me in the show in the last couple months. So we might do basically a reprise on that and talk about the things I've learned about codependency and how codependent I was and how I'm trying to work away from that, but the dangers therein. Kind of free-forming the topic. Don't have an actual topic name for that, but that will probably be the topic on summer episode 1 of the Venture Forward, coming this Thursday. That episode, which will probably be on codependency, will be Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and then 1 week from tonight, we will do what we do on every Friday. VF Talks, as we call it now, VF Talk Summer, at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you. It is the best time in the week. I look forward to it, and I look forward to just a conversation about anything and everything, including strawberries and how to be ordained and all that stuff. So looking forward to that for sure. But until next time, I'm going to say the same thing I say at the end of every Venture Forward in VF Talks. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. You're worth it. Have a wonderful night. Have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you again Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for the next episode of the Venture Forward. Have a great weekend. I love you all, and fly, be free.